The Darts Premier League will be announced on Monday in regards to the lineup, that coming out at 3:30 p.m. Lots of discussion, lots of talking points, who's going to be in, who's not. And do you know what? I'm still not sure. I've been having a good think about this. Who are going to be my 8 players? Who am I going to put in the Premier League if it was my decision? I think this is tricky this year, probably trickier than ever. Let's start here. Let's start with this. What we're looking at here is the ranking prize money earned in 2025. So if it was just last year's prize money, this would be your top 8. Now, I know some people suggest that it should always be the informed players or it should always be the top 8. If that was to be the case, if we was going to run the Premier League based on the 8 players who earned the most in 2025, it would be James Wade, Gerwin Price, Ryan Searle, Gary Anderson, Johnny Clayton, Humphreys, Van Veen and Littler. I think quite a few of them may be in. Now, we do know the top 4 are in already, but those debatable ones are the going to be... I don't think this is a decision that's ever going to be right. I think whatever happens here, the comment section is going to be filled with this player should be in or that player shouldn't be. I don't think we're going to get a decision here where majority agree. Let's take a look at the 2-year ranking, though. If we was going to use the 2-year ranking, this is how it would look. So it would look slightly different. However, some people in there again, regardless if you use the 2-year system or the 1-year system, Ryan Searle exists in the top 8. Now, would he have been a selection for most at the start? I bet not, but that run to the semi-final of the World Championship has put him in the top 8 of both. So regardless of if we use the on-form or the 2-year system, he's in. Stephen Bunting in, Gary Anderson in again, Johnny Clayton in again, but then change in the top 4 because Michael van Gerwen goes in as that number 4 position. So how do we select 8 players? Naturally, we want the best players in there. We want this to be a showcase of darts and the best talent that's out there. So we want the best 8 players, but we know that the decision isn't always based just purely on those, or else we would use those various different ranking systems that we've just looked at. And the only ranking system we use is the top 4. So 4 places are open for interpretation, and this will come down to lots of various decisions. We've seen people put in due to location. We've seen people put in walk-ons, shall we say, because that's what traditionally the comment section go with. But we know the top 4 are certain. Luke Littler, world number 1, £2.7 million worth of prize money over the last couple of years. He is guaranteed a place in the Premier League once again, as is the world number 2, Luke Humphreys, £1,172,000 on his prize money. He's firmly in that 2nd position. Gian van Veen will make his debut after going up 7 positions in the World Championship. The European champion, £912,000, firmly in position number 3. Most likely going to get a couple of years now at the Premier League with the ranking money he's got. And Michael van Gerwen clings on to the top positions. He went down to the number 4 place, no longer the Dutch number 1. £691,000, but he's guaranteed a position in the Premier League. Johnny Clayton went inside the Premier League positions during the World Championship temporarily, but got budged outside. He's on the shortlist. And for me, guys, this is my shortlist. These are the people that I think are in with a chance of getting a Premier League selection. Obviously, Johnny Clayton. Gary Anderson, now the world number 6. Good run to the semi-final for him. Stephen Bunting comes out of the top 4, so he goes into the selection. He would be there for various reasons, but let's not forget the talent. Good season, picking up some titles throughout the year. Ryan Searle winning a Pro Tour. Stumbling all over my words in this one. Once again, within the year. And obviously that run at the World Championship. Josh Rock will be top on the list for a lot of people, certainly myself, in regards to how well he's played this year. Danny Noppert, James Wade. Noppert would be a debutant. Gerwin Price, Nathan Aspinall. Loads. Now, here's the thing. Top 4 are in. I'm going with Josh Rock. I think he's had an exceptional year. He's a flashy, flary player. He is Premier League darts. He's had an exceptional year on the European Tour. He's played very well on the TV stages throughout the year, certainly at the start of it. At one point was really rivaling Luke Littler in regards to the statistics, and that clash with him at the semi-finals at the World Match Play shown that he can compete. I think he's position 5, as in, like, for me, as one of those players that are definitely in. But that causes a problem. Now, recognisability, familiarity is very, very important with things like the Premier League. We need players that we have seen on a regular basis. And with that in mind, Josh Rock would be a debutant, Gian van Veen would be a debutant. So we've already got 2 debutants out of the 6. And for that reason, I think Danny Noppert is not going to get his chance this year. I think we can cast Danny Noppert aside for that reason. And the fact that he had a tail off towards the back end of the year. So with that in mind, we need to look at those people we've seen before. I'm going to go with Gerwyn Price. I don't see a Premier League here where Gerwyn Price is not involved. Yes, he's gone down 3 places in the rankings, but has one of the best years in regards to earning potential in 2025 of any player, despite the fact he hasn't picked up a major title, which means he's been good, he has been solid, he has been consistent throughout the year. Same reason, I'm going to go with a guy who dropped right down the rankings and brought himself straight back up. The runner-up of the Players' Championship Finals himself, Nathan Aspinall. Popular amongst the fans, a big fan favourite. For me, Nathan Aspinall is one of the most popular players on tour. I've been to cover European tours on commentary for the PDC, where I've seen Nathan Aspinall go up against a hometown favourite and still he gets the cheers. He's just universally liked. I think you need that likability, relatability that Nathan Aspinall brings. Not only that, we know he's got one of the most popular walk-on songs going in, which is very important on the Premier League nights, or certainly what it looks like from in previous selections. Shown he's got great form as well, back end of the year, good run at the Players' Championship Finals in Minehead, going down in the final. We know he can compete on the stage. We know he can do it night after night. We know he can live up to the scheduling that the Premier League brings. So I think Nathan Aspinall makes the list as well, which leaves us just one place. Now, I'd love Ryan Searle to be in. Travelling partner of mine when I was on the Pro Tour, we used to share rooms together. He's in the top 8 of both systems, but that is due to that semi-final at the World Championship, and I think they'll probably say, right, maybe a World Series for Ryan Searle, but I don't see a Premier League selection here. I bring this down to a 50-50 flip. Johnny Clayton's been knocking on the door to the Premier League for quite some years now, knocking on the world's top 4, went temporarily inside there, alongside Stephen Bunting. And Stephen Bunting is the person I'm going to give the pick to. Now, this might be controversial, because when I did these selections before, I said if Stephen Bunting drops out the top 4, I don't see him getting in the Premier League. However, I think that changes at the moment. I think what we've got here is we've got a short list of players that makes it really tricky to select from, and Stephen Bunting brings something to the table. He brings a relatability. He brings his own brand of dart player now, which he's evolving into. And not only that, he's shown he can live up to the schedule and he's been picking up titles during the Premier League campaign as well. So there's no sort of welfare or potential issues in regards to can he meet the demands of this tour and this system, because you're there Wednesday for media, you're playing Thursday, you're on a plane Friday to a European tour, you've got Pro Tours Monday, Tuesday. It's virtually a 7-week schedule all around the world. So I think Bunting fits and ticks a lot of boxes. So that would be my 8 Premier League selections. I'm pretty sure when I go down to the comment section in a moment, a lot of you are going to disagree or put someone else in there. Please do give me your reason for why you'd like somebody else in there. I'd be interested to read those. I will be down at Sky tomorrow, probably discussing exactly this. So I'd like to get a little bit of a vibe of what people are feeling, and I'll catch you very soon for some more Edgar TV.